close your eyes for a moment. Picture the golden sands of Egypt, the Nile, a ribbon of life, the pyramids, ancient mysteries piercing the sky. Now, open them to a different past, a history not of stone and papyrus, but of steel and steam. A timeline where the secrets of alchemy unlocked not just transmutation, but combustion. This is the story of an Egypt that never fell, an empire forged in fire and faith. Our journey begins in the shadow of the Great Pyramid, but not as we know it. Imagine its familiar silhouette augmented with bronze cannons, their muzzles engraved with the Eye of Horus, silently watching the desert horizon. This is the 18th dynasty, the era of pharaohs like Thutmose and Hatshepsut. But their power isn't just divine right, it's firepower. It all started with a single, deafening boom in a hidden temple workshop. Alchemists, priests of Thoth, weren't just seeking eternal life. They were experimenting with salts from the desert, sulfur from volcanic vents, and charcoal from the acacia tree. They sought to understand the elements, to command the very essence of creation. In their quest, they stumbled upon a dark, volatile powder. Gunpowder. At first, it was a tool of the gods, a way to create thunder and lightning within the temple walls, terrifying tributes to Ra and Set. But a visionary pharaoh, Amenhotep, the innovator, saw its true potential. He didn't see a mere party trick. He saw the future of warfare, the key to an eternal empire. Under his decree, the greatest minds of Egypt were put to work. The result? The Capiche, a marvel of engineering and art. Its stock, carved from rich sycamore wood, led to a gleaming barrel of polished bronze, intricately engraved with hieroglyphs, telling tales of victory. It wasn't just a weapon, it was a sacred instrument, a scepter of power that spat fire and judgment. Each musket was blessed by priests, its golden finish glowing under the desert sun. Soon, entire regiments were armed with these new weapons. The Magi, once the elite police of the Pharaoh, became the Anubis Guard. Clad in black and gold armor, their jackal-headed helmets hiding faces grim with purpose, they moved with silent discipline, a line of them capable of unleashing a volley of fire that could shatter a charging enemy line in an instant. But gunpowder was only the beginning. The study of pressure and heat led to another breakthrough. The steam engine. The workshops of Thebes, once filled with the gentle chipping of stone, now echoed with the hiss of steam and the clang of hammers on iron. The chariot, that iconic symbol of Egyptian warfare, was reborn. Behold, the steam chariot, a monstrous creation of iron and bronze, its wheels reinforced to churn through sand. A boiler at its core, tended by a brave engineer, hissed and roared, belching black smoke that mingled with the desert dust. These weren't just faster, they were mobile fortresses, mounting small, rapid-firing cannons that could swivel to track fleeing enemies. The thundering of their hooves was replaced by the mechanical chug of pistons and the terrifying scream of a steam whistle. With this new power, Egypt didn't just defend its borders, it expanded them. The old Rivelsta Hittites, the Mitanni, were nomad. Their bronze swords and wooden shields shattered against the iron will and explosive fury of the new Egyptian army. The empire stretched further than ever before, a titan of technology and tradition. The pharaoh was no longer just a living god. He was the master of a new age. The very landscape of Egypt was transformed. The pyramids weren't just tombs anymore. They became garrisons and command centers. Their inner chambers, once silent with the sleep of kings, now glowed with the molten energy of vast alchemical forges. Canals were widened not just for barges of grain, but for ironclad warships powered by steam. Their prows shaped like the jaws of Sobek, the crocodile god. Sacred temples became hubs of innovation. The Temple of Ptah at Memphis, the god of craftsmen, was now a nexus of engineering. Priests and engineers worked side by side, deciphering ancient texts for divine inspiration while drafting blueprints for new war machines. They believed technology was a gift from the gods, a new way to express their divine order on Earth. Their greatest achievement was yet to come. Drawing on the legends of the gods walking among mortals, They sought to build guardians in their image. They combined the intricate mechanics of their steam engines with the arcane knowledge of their alchemical rituals. They created the Colossi. Imagine a 20-foot-tall automaton of polished bronze and gold, shaped in the likeness of Horus, the falcon god of war. Its eyes, massive rubies, glowed with an internal fire. Steam vented from its joints with a low hiss. In one hand, it wielded a massive, serrated blade. In the other, a cannon capable of leveling a city wall. These were not mere machines. They were believed to house a sliver of the god's own essence, guided by a high priest from a control chamber within its chest. The first time a colossus strode onto a battlefield, the enemy army simply broke and fled in pure terror. But the world does not stand still. From across the Great Sea, whispers came of a new power, a republic of disciplined soldiers, of short swords and large shields. They called themselves Romans. Their legions, masters of conventional warfare, were marching east, conquering all in their path, unaware of the technological titan they were about to provoke. The inevitable clash came on the sun-scorched plains of the Sinai. On one side, the ordered red shields and iron discipline of the Roman legions, a sea of humanity, confident in their strength. On the other, the golden gleam of the Egyptian army. The Anubis guard stood in silent, smoking lines. The steam chariots chugged and hissed, their crews readying their cannons. And behind them all, casting a long, terrifying shadow, a Horus Colossus stood motionless, its ruby eyes watching the approaching Romans. The Roman horns blew, a sound that had heralded the fall of countless cities. The legions advanced, a perfectly synchronized machine of men. The Egyptian commander, standing atop a fortified pyramid, raised a golden staff. The ground shook. A deafening roar erupted as the first volley from the Capiche muskets tore through the air. The front ranks of the Roman legion vanished in a cloud of smoke and red mist. Confusion rippled through their lines. This wasn't a volley of arrows they could block with their shields. This was invisible thunder. Before they could recover, the steam chariots charged, not with the speed of horses, but with the relentless, unstoppable momentum of a landslide. Their cannons spitting fire into the faltering Roman formation. The battle devolved into a clash of eras. Roman gladius against powered bayonet, disciplined shield walls against explosive cannon fire. It was chaos. It was slaughter. And then, the Colossus moved. With a groan of metal and a roar of steam, it strode forward, each footstep a tremor. Its massive blade swept through the Roman lines, tossing soldiers aside like dolls. Its cannon fired, and a whole section of the legion simply ceased to exist. This was not a battle. It was a message. A message that the age of sword and sandal was over. The age of steam and gunpowder had begun, and its cradle was the Nile. The Roman Empire, the conqueror of the known world, was halted. A new Cold War began. A standoff between two empires, representing two different paths of history. One of magic and machine, the other of order and steel. The world held its breath, forever changed. The golden age of the steam pharaohs had arrived, an empire that bent mysticism and technology to its will, guarded by gods of metal and fire, forever ruling the sands of time. Thanks for watching this journey into an alternate past. What other historical what-ifs would you like to see? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another dive into history. Until next time, keep asking, what if?